Hey guys, let's kickstart things off with an interesting recipe of chicken liver parfait with a chocolate profiterole. A great way to start a meal. So to start off the recipe, we got our milk and water, our butter, and we turn on the induction onto 0.6. So that will be quick enough to bring up our water and milk to the boil with our butter already inside. We're gonna add all our flour at once. What you want to do, you want the water to be absorbed into the flour, and then it'll start coming off the side like this. Now we're gonna put this into the mixer. We just want to make sure that the dough is not too hot before we add our eggs. At this stage, we put it on speed 2 and we're going to slowly add the eggs one at a time. Once all our eggs are added inside, just make sure that the batter is nice and smooth. Obviously, that's where you don't want it to be too wet, and that's avoiding when adding your eggs too fast. So now it's ready to be piped. And you're just going to make sure that you got enough space in between for them to easily rise evenly. Now we've got our tray in the oven and we're going to cook that in Moisture Plus with a controlled 1 burst of steam that's going to help our dough cook evenly and color it evenly. So while our profiteroles are cooking, we're going to move into the second stage of our recipe, which is creating the chicken liver parfait. We're going to take some port and we're going to add some bay leaf, some thyme, and we're going to bring that to reduce really quickly. So now our syrup is nicely reduced. We're gonna add our butter and lower this on a real low heat. And the great thing about the induction top is that you can bring something to the boil really quickly. At the same time, it's very precise on low temperature cooking. So these chicken livers, you can use duck livers as well, and then soaked in milk and then drained. So in here we had our livers already been blended. We've slowly poured our mixture of port and butter that had been melted. And in there as well, we added 1 egg. And that sort of helps bind the mixture together, but also we added a little bit of garlic. So once it's blended, we're gonna strain it into our tray, and then we put it into the steam oven that's been set at 80 degrees for 30 minutes. So one of the last steps of our recipe is we're gonna melt the chocolate. So we're using the induction top again on this. The great thing about this, you can set it on a real low temperature and slowly we're gonna melt our chocolate before we coat our profiteroles. So the last step for our profiteroles, when we get them out of the oven, just want to make sure that we put a hole on the bottom, because once they cool down, they're gonna be quite hard to get that hole into the profiteroles. And we're gonna mix our chicken liver parfait that's been steamed and then cooled into a very nice smooth consistency. And then we're just gonna put it into a piping bag. So the final step, after you dip your chocolate, I wanna add a little bit of salt on top of that. That just brings out a little bit more of the chocolate when you actually have it. Obviously, you wanna make sure this is nice and cool before you start piping your chicken liver parfait in. And there you have it, a mouthful of its own, chocolate chicken liver parfait. Enjoy it.